When you think about children, chances are you think of them getting up in the morning, going to school, and then coming home and going outside to play. Sadly, in many countries, this isn't the case. An estimated 250 million children, ages 6 to 14, work for pennies a day so that their families have food to eat and a place to live. Children are locked up inside being forced to work. Is it fair that a child is forced to work a 12-hour shift 7 days a week and only earning 7 cents an hour? This means that if a child were to work 84 hours a week, when in fact the maximum is 60 hours a week, they would have only earned $5.55. If a child works overtime, there is no compensation for their time worked. Living on this salary is almost impossible. The majority of the people spend more than they make, so a lot of them go hungry. But what about food for the rest of the family, utilities, clothes, medicine, or even thinking about going to school? Because of the great cost of living for these people, the whole family is forced to work. These children do not want to be working, yet are forced to, ultimately missing out on the opportunity to be educated. Most of these children work because of poverty. Many workplaces through history have been crowded, low-paying, and under arduous conditions. This concept originated between 1830 and 1850 as a specific type of workshop in which a specific type of middleman, known as the sweater, directed others in garment making. Between 1850 and 1900, sweatshops attracted the rural poor to rapidly growing cities and, of course, immigrants. With massive immigration in the United States, especially beginning in the late 1880s, sweatshops became common in American cities on the East Coast. Generally, workers lacked access to the kinds of knowledge and resources that would enable them to overcome the impossible work conditions, while governments were unwilling to intervene on their behalf. Other characteristics of sweatshops include a lack of sanitary conditions, no worker breaks or relief, demands to complete a task within a limited time period, and a total lack of job security. So how would you feel if you worked under such conditions? Personally, I can't even imagine working in such a place. However, on the other hand, the jobs created by sweatshops are precisely the jobs that were the stepping stones for Singapore and Hong Kong, and are the jobs that have impacted Africa and the rest of the Third World, getting them out of their backbreaking rural poverty. However, the alternatives are worse. Nicholas Kristof, a journalist and an author, claims that sweatshops are more dangerous, lower paying, and more degrading. And as he struggles to think how we can really make a big difference in the development of the poorest countries, the key always seems to be manufacturing. According to economists, sweatshops are a necessary stage in the economic development of a country in transition from subsistence agriculture to industrialization. Countries like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong are examples that exemplify the idea that sweatshops can possibly raise the living standards. Sweatshops have yet to be abolished to this day, as is evident in numerous companies that many of us invest in. Garment manufacturers found new ways to finish goods in factories outside the United States, where labor costs are minuscule, and in these locations, sweatshops flourish. Companies like Gap, Nike, Walmart, Kmart, Disney, H&M, Victoria's Secret, Sears, and so many other designer names all come under criticism for marketing goods produced in sweatshops. Commerce with major developing nations like China and Indonesia is reportedly crucial for America's own continued economic prosperity. Advocacy groups, particularly vibrant among college students, organize consumer awareness of sweatshop conditions and attempt to pressure companies into ceasing their sweatshop labor practices. A site was mounted on the internet by Sweatshop Watch, a combination of labor, community, civil rights, immigrant, and women's organizations, to further spread awareness. Unfortunately, the problem of sweatshops is likely to deepen. Because of the prevailing social and economic situations, making sweatshops labor not only possible, but attractive. There are some organizations that support human rights and are trying to stop companies, both big and small, from using sweatshops and other unfair ways of employment. Co-op America, sponsor of the No Sweat program to end and stop sweatshop labor recommends individuals and businesses partake in certain steps in supporting sweatshop-free companies. By organizing local community groups to support a sweatshop-free purchasing law in local, state, or governments, investigating companies you purchase items from, and most importantly, trying your best to purchase union-made, local, and fair trade approved goods, you can take part in supporting a sweatshop-free country. The Fair Labor Association, Social Accountability International, or Worldwide Responsible Apparel Production are programs that monitor workplaces and assure that what you purchase is sweatshop-free. So here I have explained situations of children working under sweatshop conditions, the history of sweatshops, and the modern-day industry, and the way in which you can help with the fair treatment of workers in sweatshops all around the world. Thank you.